Hello everyone and welcome back to the CO2 Rundown. I'm your host Chad Owens. Happy Monday. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. I sure did. I hope you got to reset, relax, and recover. And you are on that gas pedal, right? Because it's about how you start and setting up that momentum for another winning weekend. Today is going to be another winning show. I'm excited, right? The University of Hawaii Rainbow Warrior football team started its spring ball. Today was his first practice. I'm going to be catching up with my guy, Tsai, to talk about that. I want to say mahalo to Long's Drugs for all of their support of the show. Let's continue to support local and making Long's Drugs a part of our days. Let's dive on in to the CO2 Rundown. Super Bowl premiere is the title of this article that you can find in today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser. And this is coming from the LA Times, all right? And this article has everything you need to know about this Sunday's game. Right, 1:30 p.m. Hawaii time at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, the home of the Arizona Cardinals. Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs. It's gonna be a ball game. All right, but this article has all the specifics, the details. You know, what makes the Eagles great? What do they have to work on? What makes the Chiefs great? What they got to work on? The concerns. Everything you want to know, you go dive into this article. But here's something I came across that, you know, in sports, stats, there's always the people that find these gems, these stats that you just find mind-boggling. And this is one that I found pretty crazy. Okay, so on the Chiefs side, overall record 16-3. Well, let me just say this. Chiefs and the Eagles, okay, this is mirrored. This is exactly the same across the board. 16-3 was their overall record. They both scored 546 points this season. They both have 6 All-Pros, including their quarterbacks, right? And a Kelsey brother, right? First time, we got 2 brothers, the Kelsey brothers playing on opposite sides. And they're both the number 1 seed in the AFC and the number 1 seed in the NFC. So if this isn't the clash of the Titans, the best of the best, you know, I don't know what else is. But that stat I found pretty remarkable. So hats off to both organizations, both quarterbacks, both teams for getting to the Super Bowl and for being the top, being the best. And in sports, I talk about this a lot. And the Chiefs have been there. This is their 3rd Super Bowl appearance in 4 years. Yeah, they're that team. You know, they've been the most consistent. But here comes the Eagles. To me, in my opinion, the most consistent team all year. I got the Eagles winning this one. I don't have a score prediction, but I got the Eagles winning. I just feel that they are the healthier team all the way around. I feel as if they're the more composed team right now. And they're on fire, right? And they're still, although they're the favorite, I feel as if they're still an underdog. They're going with that underdog mentality. And Jalen Hurts, from the time he was in high school, has been battling adversity, has been that guy, right? He's never been, this is the first time in his entire career that he's been in the same offensive system 2 years in a row. Yeah, so he's been battling different coaches, you know, having a transfer in college, proves himself there, getting drafted. Probably he made a statement that, yeah, you know, this is what Philly didn't want initially, right? But now they're loving him. So everything that has happened to him, to the Eagles, and what's transpired with the Chiefs this year, it's come to a head right now, and I cannot wait to watch this game come Sunday. Woo! Let's go. Now this is crucial. Okay, Curtis Moriyama has a crucial article in today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser asking the question, are all Hawaii high schools ready for sudden cardiac arrest in student athletes? Yeah, that's a big question. Right? In sports, it happens. We witnessed that this past season. Well, recently, right? With the Buffalo Bills, Damar Hamlin. And Hawaii is prepared because every single school is equipped with defibrillators, or the AED, the automated external defibrillators. This is the same device, all right, that saved Buffalo Bills Damar Hamlin's life right there on the field. If it wasn't for that, he might not be with us today. And so we are prepared, right? And Curtis Murayama has more in-depth details about this. It's a very important thing. And we're, number one thing in sports is safety, right? Safety of the players, safety of the people coming to games and watching, spectators. And having these AEDs is crucial. And so, Curtis, I just want to thank you again for, shining a light on this and raising awareness to what can happen. We witnessed that, with the Buffalo Bills game with Damar Hamlin. So, again, prayers have been answered. We're thankful that Damar is doing well. He's on the road to recovery. But I'm also happy to know that every single high school here in Hawaii has a defibrillator, and we are ready to take action if needed. I mentioned it in my intro. Our University of Hawaii Rainbow Warrior football team began spring ball today, and I caught up with my guy Steven Tsai to talk about that and to share why I was so excited, or why we all should be so excited about this, because the run and shoot offense is back. Talked about it before. Head coach Timmy Chang, this is his bread and butter. This is what he excelled in. This is what he knows. And this is what's going to give our offense the best chance to be successful. I talked about our defense before and how we're adding some key pieces there. And our D is going to be sort of the fire, right? Defense is always that side of the ball that brings the energy, right? Create turnovers. And with the run and shoot offense, we're going to score points. We're going to score points, right? So the defense, all they have to do is hold the teams, right? And even though, right, this is why I keep mentioning complementary football. And with the run and shoot offense, man, you can come back from 21 points down. We've done it, right? We've done it before. It's a high-powered offense because it doesn't matter what the defense does, right? It's about execution. It's about pre-snap reads. It's about understanding coverage. So the biggest thing is that the quarterbacks and the receivers need to be on the same page. And that's what me and Steven are going to be talking about. Can't wait. Let's go. All right. I got my guy, Steven Tsai, the sports guru, joining me here to chat about University of Hawaii Rainbow War spring football practice. Steven, you were out there today, day one, run and shoot. Talk to me. What'd you see out there?
By the way, first of all, it's kind of weird having spring ball right before the Super Bowl. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it did rain, and there was a nice rainbow over it, and the run and shoot was back. And the best thing was Timmy Chang was running the run and shoot. He's coordinating it. He's calling the plays this year. He's the quarterback's coach. So it was kind of nice to see that. He's got the little step in him, little extra step. And last year he's sort of like the CEO. He's got to do all these different things. Now he gets to actually coach a group.
Well, that's amazing. And I listened to one of his interviews, and he talked about year one to year two. That's the biggest jump. That's the biggest improvement. And I know he wants to make sure that remains, that's going to happen. And I think that's why he stepped up and stepped in. I mean, that's what a head coach does. That's what a true leader does. And I'm excited to know that he's done that.
Yeah, and it wasn't like the guys who run the offense before were having some trouble with it. It's just that it wasn't the right type of fit for Hawaii. And Hawaii, since June Jones came aboard, it's a run and shoot offense. It's a run and shoot town, and it goes back to the Lee brothers. It's just everywhere now. So everyone's running run and shoot, and this is what Hawaii does best. That you don't always get the biggest linemen, but you've got linemen that can block and move, and you don't get the biggest receivers, but you got receivers who can get open and catch. And so it's just amazing it works, and it just plays off whatever defense does. It's a reactive, proactive type of offense. It's just fun to watch, and it's fun to see Timmy having fun again.
Yeah, and it's because this is what he knows, right? This is what he grew up in. This is what he brought to University of Hawaii when he came, and this is what he and I both just thrived in. And more importantly, Steven, this is what excites me the most. There's a lot of schools here in Hawaii running that offense. So a lot of these kids are almost being bred for that system, right? They're learning about coverage. They're learning to run where the defense isn't. right? And that's what's special, and that's what's going to allow these guys, right, to get recruited, right? More boys now may want to stay home, So I'm
Yeah.
excited for that phase of this when it sort of matures.
And that was another big thing about it. Last year, his first year, they were recruiting, but they were recruiting for what they knew, what they figured what the type of offense they're going to run. Now they know they're recruiting specifically for this type of offense. That's linemen, that's receivers, that's running backs, that's quarterbacks, and everything is specific to this offense. And the good thing about Timmy is he's gone back and he's reached out to the guys that have helped him. So he's talked to Vince Passes, he's talked to June Jones, and Braden Shager, who's the starting quarterback right now. He's in Dallas. He grew up in Dallas, and who lives in Dallas now? Dan Morrison, the quarterback whisperer, and Dan Morrison, Schmoo, as I guess they call him.
Smooth.
And he worked with him. He just worked with him. He said, "Yeah, you know what? We're going to show you how to run this offense." And so everyone's done a shot. Predicting that.
Yeah, and I was able to spend some time with these guys, over the last month. They've been putting in extra work, the quarterbacks, the receivers, just understanding the lingo, understanding, and with I was working with the receivers on how to adjust versus, different coverages. And because this offense, it's timing, right? And it's identification. The quarterback, receivers need to be on the same page. It's not a set route where, it's not that type of offense. So it takes a lot of work. So I want to let the fans know, hey, they've been putting in work. They've been putting in the extra work to give themselves the best chance to learn this offense, to get better at this offense, and to execute this offense. That's what it takes. I remember when I was there, we would be, throwing every day during the offseason, running the routes, running the plays, getting timing. So the quarterbacks knew exactly where you'd be. On this, how much are you, in the seam, where you're going to be. Every receiver is slightly different. So it gave the quarterbacks an opportunity to feel out every receiver, so that's what's special. And that's what I got to witness. And these guys are picking it up. And I'm sure it was evident today in day one that it looked like they've been putting in some work.
Right. And, with Todd Graham's offense before, it was almost like, when you go bowling with 10 people and only one lane and everyone's got to take a turn. It takes forever to get their one roll in. Well, you know what? Now they've got 6 quarterbacks in camp, and they're sending 4 receivers out every play. Every time you're running in drill, 4 receivers are running out, 4 guys are throwing balls. If you're a receiver, you're getting a lot of reps. Guys are getting tired running routes, but you know what? You're just running routes. It's better than standing around waiting for your turn.
Yep. Hallelujah. Stephen, because you got to be in great shape. I owe my conditioning to Coach June Jones and a run and shoot offense, because you'd have to run routes all day long, hundreds of reps. I would love to go and take a tally and find out how much reps we actually put in daily, weekly, monthly, seasonally, and add that all up. That is a lot of mileage, but you get to the point where you're just perfecting it. You're not thinking about it, Stephen, and you're just reacting, right? And you're not tired anymore. You can go all day. Defense is getting tired of chasing you around. They're tired of chasing the run and shoot because you're all over the place, and it tires them out. It wears them out. You're putting up points. It's putting pressure on the defense. It's putting pressure on the offense to match your attack. And so that's what I'm excited about, man. That's what I remember the most. So,
and you know what, with June, it always started with the first practice. Remember, when you come to camp or training camp in the summer, what you have to do? You have to run a 220 and under certain points, and that's for people. That's a football field twice.
Twice, man.
And sometimes you have to run it 10 times, or that's 10 round trips. And some guys could do it. Some guys like Cole Brennan would puke all over the field, but that's how you get in shape. and what it does, it makes you tougher and better for altitude. It makes you better in the fourth quarter. And if you look at the old stats, Hawaii in the run and shoot, their production in the fourth quarter is almost as good as it is in the first and second quarters.
Yep. And I feel like that's key in football, in anything, right, Stephen? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. The team that's more conditioned, the team that's smarter, more disciplined, ultimately is going to give themselves the best chance in the end. So, and you're never out of it. I talked about being down 21 points a few times, and the run and shoot offense gives you a chance to eliminate that lead, in a matter of 3 plays. I remember Coach Jones always talked about, we're down 21-0. He said, guys, we're just 3 plays away. It's that close, 3 plays, right? And so I just love that about this system, and I can't wait for it to continue to, mature, like I said, evolve. And these guys, the quarterbacks, the receivers, they got to be fired up about this. They're going to be scoring some points, getting some touches.
Yeah. So, and again, and the good thing about this training camp is they're going to go straight, no breaks. And they're going to go Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, except next week, Monday. Why? Because that's, as Timmy Chang has declared it, Super Bowl Monday. That's the hangover day. And he says nobody's practicing. Nobody should go to school. Nobody should go to work on the day after the Super Bowl.
Hey, smart man. But all right, Steve. Well, look, man, I appreciate that. I always appreciate your insight. I know we're both passionate about University of Hawaii Rainbow Warrior football. And we're going to continue to chat more as these weeks go on. And maybe Super Bowl Monday, we can catch up. Where are you watching the Super Bowl at?
Probably my house. I think so. Yeah.
All right. I mean, you're not going to be, are you going to be hungover Monday, or it will be good to possibly get an interview?
Oh, we'll be good. It'll be the best. It'll probably be the best interview if I'm hungover, but no.
No. Look, who you got though in the Super Bowl? Who do you have?
I like Kansas City because I'm an AFC guy. I'm a Jets fan, and they're the closest thing. And yeah, although the Eagles were green, so but yeah, I like the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles,
but I like them. Yeah.
Oh, wait, come on! You can't say you like the Chiefs, but you don't think they'll win.
No, I don't think they'll win. I'm rooting for them, but I don't think they're going to win.
Right? Yeah, I'm rooting for the Eagles. They took out. I don't know if I'm committed to stay my 49ers yet, because this is my son's team. It's Chad Jr. He's a 49ers fan. So I've been sort of like, not forced, but, I've been backing the Niners, right? And I thought the Niners were going to win the Super Bowl this year, honestly. If Brock Purdy doesn't get hurt, I feel as if they win that ball game, and they're in the game, and they're going to win. But the Eagles took him out, so I'm going Eagles. I like Jalen Hurts. I like that he's been like sort of an underdog, his whole career, and he's just so humble, and he's just constantly proving, the doubters wrong. He's proving himself right. And I think the Eagles, it's their time. Fly, Eagles, fly.
All righty.
All right, Steven. Appreciate it, man. Enjoy the rest of the day and the week.
Thank you. Bye.
Aloha. And that is it for today's show. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in with me here today on this beautiful Monday afternoon. Whew. Look, you got to start fast. You got to build momentum. Just like our University of Hawaii Rainbow Warrior football team, they won in the books, starting fast, building that routine, all right, building those winning habits early to give you a chance to be successful, tomorrow and the next day and the next day. All right, that's what it's about, and I hope you all have that mindset today. Mahalo again to Long's Drugs for all of their support of the show. Let's continue to support local and making Long's Drugs a part of our days. I'll see you guys come Wednesday. Aloha.